Paints and Elsa 12 TMT, and here with us today. Honestly, this is a bit crazy for me. Starbot Dubs, who's for those not in the know, was a big Undertale comic dub creator back in the day. So yeah, thanks for coming on, Starbot.
I'm dying.
Oh, there You're the OG.
I'm the OG. It makes me feel old.
Really, you're not saying like before it started that I used to watch you when I was 15. Does it make you old?
I'm like at that point where my sister's married. They're talking about having kids, and I'm like, my God, I'm old.
This is the part I think I'm one of the youngest, so this is the part where I'm gonna keep my mouth shut on my age when I first started watching your stuff.
Oh no, is it gonna be like 12?
I'm gonna keep my
Oh no.
Middle school.
I have a little sister. And my little sister was, like 12 when I started this? And she came to me and she was like, some of my classmates know who you are. And I'm like, oh, God.
Firstly, you should not be watching my stuff. Secondly, God, I feel like I'm as old as those mountains over there.
I mean, to be fair, I can totally relate. Because I'm in high school now. I'm a senior in high school, right? Mm-hmm. So that should give you an idea of roughly how old I am. But I remember last year I was talking to some freshmen. We were talking about things that we did like when we were little and like fandoms and stuff. And I mentioned Undertale, and they were like, "Oh yeah, I remember being like in 4th or 5th grade." And I'm like, "Hold up." Yeah. I'm like, hold up, backtrack. How old were you? And I felt ancient, and I'm not even on the older end of Undertale fandom participants. You know what I mean? I felt ancient.
Yeah, we've interviewed people like that are like in their 30s, like happily married and stuff, that make content, and I'm just like, God, how must they feel?
Yeah, I can imagine for sure. But yeah.
Someone in the chat comments on your profile picture, Starbot. They said nice aqua profile pic.
Yeah, Konosuba is like probably arguably one of my favorite shows ever.
I haven't watched it yet. My anime stuff is not as wide as it should be. I mean, I've only just now started to watch Attack on Titan just this past few weeks.
Yeah, you're like 6 years late to the party on that one.
Hey, I'll be there before the final season. I'll be all
there you go, yeah.
I'll be all hyped up and ready for the final season.
See, here's the thing. Whatever you do, Pasta, it's still going to be better than me, because considering the circles of people that I tend to hang out with and talk to, I have watched if I actually cared, right? I have watched an embarrassing low amount of anime. Like ridiculously low. Like the closest thing has been Avatar: The Last Airbender. And literally everybody and their mom watched that this summer.
Yeah.
Along with all those spicy hot takes that apparently just come up now. I actually didn't watch. I've watched. I actually remember watching Avatar: The Last Airbender with my family, because that's how because my family's cool like that, because my family even my parents were into it and stuff, which was really great.
Well, it's a good show. They better be into it, otherwise they don't have taste. I'm sorry.
Indeed.
Yeah, they also watched the Steven Universe finale with me a couple of months back.
Oh
Nice.
God, you guys want to hear something low key kind of cringe?
What?
Okay,
Perhaps.
so just so you know, my mom works at a Christian school, right? And
Mm-hmm.
she's the Bible teacher.
Oh, jeez.
But she's a chill person. She's one of my favorite people on and she's anyway, I don't need to justify my mom's job. Point being, that's what she does. She's talking to, she told me about this, and I'm like, oh my God. But she said that she was talking to her students, and one of them asked, because for those of you who don't know, the Christian Bible is separated into two parts: the Old Testament, which is similar to the Jewish Bible, and the New Testament, which is the record of Jesus, right? And so the kids were asking, why do we have to read the Old Testament? Because it's so boring and it has all these old people and it's, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
And then my mom was like, she was trying to come up with a good metaphor. And she said, because the Old Testament is the backstory, because without it, you won't understand what's going on in the New Testament. It would be like watching the end of Steven Universe without having seen the beginning. And she's like, have you guys watched Steven Universe? And all the kids are like, yeah, I've watched Steven Universe. And she's like, isn't it like a really interesting show and all that? And the kids are like, yeah. And she said, but without context, you'll be confused as to why this like guy with long hair is like running around on the beach with like a bunch of random people. I don't know. The way she said it, I just lost my mind. I'm like, there's no way you said that. And she's like, I definitely said that. But I got the point across. I'm just like, oh my God, mom.
Oh my goodness.
That was literally the best part was she 100% meant it, because that was her reaction when she first saw the show. She was so confused because my brother was already like at season 3. She was so lost. She's like, what the heck is this? What are you watching? But then like we had to explain it to her, but like, you know how Steven Universe is. It takes so much explaining
Yeah.
for her to like get it. But I still think it was funny that she literally brought it up to her students. Oh God. So yeah. I just thought of that.
Yeah.
That was
for
Zaragi's in the chat.
yeah, Saragi's in the chat. That's nice. Saragi, always
Hi,
nice.
Zaragi.
Always nice to have you on, watching us. Anyway, so yeah, we do have some questions, but right before we start that, my dad has a superpower, or really a curse, actually, where when I have to introduce.
Your dad?
Yes, my dad.
Mm.
I have to introduce him to a show, because when I don't, especially when it's an animated show, like an anime or something like that, when I don't do that, he will inevitably walk in on the worst, most cringy, stupid part of the episode. And, like, okay, so I was watching a Gretzko.
Isn't that every parent's superpower?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not. It's not just the average parents thing. It's freaky how it is. Like, okay, so I was watching a Gretzko like about a year ago. Like back at my house, like no one was using the nice big TV in the living room. I was watching a Gretzko. It was pretty great. It was the first episode, and then my dad comes in, and right when he comes in, freaking Kave, the pink hippo that gets like all hyper and super psyched about like gossip and stuff, comes in and starts bouncing around and stuff, and my dad's just like, "What? How can you watch this crap?" And I'm just like, "It's not crap. It's not like this like 95% of the time." I think he'd actually really like it because it's like an office drama and relationship drama a lot of the time. So yeah, and again, my parents, they're really like open-minded and stuff. Like I said, they watch Steven Universe. They they watched Avatar: The Last Airbender with me. I had them watch it. They watched the first season of Infinity Train with me and stuff. Not the next couple because I
Ooh,
was off
sweet.
at college for those.
Now that's good taste.
Yeah, and yeah, and they're the type of people who like they're literally the type of people with like Umbrella Academy. I don't know if you guys have heard of this. It's this Netflix
Oh
show,
yeah.
and
Mm-hmm.
you and I haven't watched it. My parents love the show, and they love it so much they binged like all of season 2 in like one night. I was literally
My mom is one of the is a Netflix parent as well. I remember when she was obsessed with The Flash. That was a time.
yeah
Oh god.
yeah
But yes, I totally relate.
yeah the net the thing is like yeah they were just binging that and I think and as any creative type knows like of course I was like about to head to bed like around 2-3 a.m. as you do.
Mhm.
And I usually go downstairs to go get some sweet like a sweet thing to eat, like some Oreos, maybe a Swiss roll or something. Just get some like
Yum.
milk and just some Oreos and stuff. And they were still watching the show, and I'm just like, guys, it's 2-3 a.m. in the morning. What the heck are you doing? And they were just like, well, we gotta finish the show. We're this deep in it. And I'm just like, that's terms. That's terms
amount
people
of
my
times-
age use when they make poor life choices. What are you talking about?
That's so true. The amount of times that I've caught my mom like binging something, and I'm like, "Mom, go to sleep. You have work tomorrow." And she's like, "But I want to finish it." I'm like, "Mom, you need to stop." And then she's legit acting like a kid, like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah, you get
You
to
know,
that age
it's
where you have to parent your parents.
right.
Yeah.
Oh,
Anyway, so let's finally get to some questions relating to uh
wait, can I add one thing first?
sure.
One tiny thing, I promise.
Okay.
So, I know some of you guys have watched Steven Universe before, right?
Mhm.
The first episode that she saw, my mom, right, was the one that was talking about what's it called? The one where Steven's a baby and like the crystal gems kidnap Steven and take him from Greg, right? So you can imagine how confused she was.
Yeah. Anyways, all right. So let's get
So
into
yeah, I just wanted to add that because I think it's interesting that of all the and we tried to explain it and she just still didn't get it. But yeah. So question time.
yeah.
All right, hit me.
All right. All right. First question we have for you, probably the most basic question you can ask someone as yourself. What made you want to get into voice acting?
Okay, I sound like such a bitch when I answer this question. So I saw this what was my first one? Underline, I think it was I was looking at. And I saw it on Tumblr and I went to go look for a comic dub of it and I couldn't find one. And I couldn't find a good one. That one that wasn't like, the room microphone that sounds so you can't even make out the people's voices.
I mean,
Yeah.
like record off their phone type stuff.
Yeah. And so I looked at it and I was like, I think I kind of want to try this. I think I could do this and I could do a decent job. And then, they reblogged the video I made and then it's kind of, history from there. And I've been keeping up with it because it's kind of fun to, it's very emotionally cathartic because you can like live out different scenarios and it's good for the soul, I think.
Yeah.
Sweet.
All right. Well, I guess that answers the next question we were going to ask you. What made you want to start to do Undertale comic dubs? Which apparently the answer was no one was making the content.
I saw there wasn't one, so I made one.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, that's kind of how I started with like my writing my Undertale fan fiction that I still write to this day. It's like I started writing it. I'm a big I'm a big Frisk X Asriel shipper at Frisk Real, and if you've seen that ship, it's not the least popular thing in the world, but it's not the most popular thing in the world, and I wanted to find some good fan fiction about it, and I found a couple of things, but none of them that really like explored like ideas that I wanted or were like nice long big fics that I could really enjoy and stuff. So I was just like, you know what? I did a Thanos being like, fine, I'll do it myself. So yeah.
Honestly, same. Except the only difference was instead of like having like a somewhat like average ship or even like a rare pair that I was like, there needs to be content. Every most a good some of the fandoms that I've actually created content for or that I created the most for were virtually dead or just non-existent for real. I want to give a significant shout out to Inside Out. I love that movie. I love what exists, but there is like almost nothing. Like there's just nothing. And then never mind of the specific talking about the specific concepts that I wanted to talk about, right? Because there's a lot of in the Inside Out fandom, there's a lot of either making your own OCs that have emotions and like deep diving really deep into like the psychology of it, or like really cringy shipping, You have no idea. And I mean that fandom's
we're in
been
the
dead
Undertale
for
fandom,
years.
Elsa. We know about cringy shipping.
Yeah, but it's just. But the thing is, it's one thing to like ship like I don't know a skeleton and a fish just to like throw something out there, right? But it's a completely other uncomfortable for people who aren't even familiar with fandom period to be like, oh my god, you're shipping emotions in a 12-year-old's head. What is wrong with you?
Yeah.
It's just like hold up, what's so anyway, I went a little sidetracked there. So I started making Inside Out content literally because I was like, there needs to be stuff. Why is there not stuff? And then the other coin was what's it called, the very small Sugar Rush, Wreck-It Ralph part of the fandom had like nothing there. I mean, to be fair, the Sugar Rush characters are basically blank slates, but I was like, I don't care. I'm going to give each of them a personality. I'm going to make them, these ones hate each other. These ones like each other. These ones are best friends. This is this drama. This is literally for characters that you see for like, I don't know, like 5 minutes in an entire 90-minute movie. It's like, good lord. So yeah, I can agree. Although I will admit that my situation has been a bit more extreme. What about you, Cupcakes? You don't got that one thing that you're just I gotta make it because no one else is doing it.
I started fan fiction of Asgore and Toriel backstory because I don't see a lot of Asgore and Toriel backstory, so
that is true.
All right, that's
Yeah,
cool.
I agree.
I only have 2 chapters. I'm sad.
You would think with all the Toriel stuff out there that somebody would have touched it at some point.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, I've seen Torgor stuff. It's just not very like if we're shipping Toriel, we're shipping like Sans and Toriel or like
yeah,
that's
what's real. But you would think even just Toriel they would like dive into at least what's Toriel's backstory, right? Never mind what both of their backstories are and how they met and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Or even just Asgore, because like boss monsters can live for what 100 years without any problem at all. So it's just like, what have they been through? I want to know.
Yeah, I can
exactly.
Anyway, I can understand all that. All right, so next question.
Oh yeah.
All right, Even now, you're mostly known for your Undertale content. How do you feel about that, considering you've been wanting to branch out over the last few years?
I feel like we've somewhat successfully branched out. You know, I haven't made what here. I haven't made something in how long that was Undertale? Let's see.
I think it's been at least a couple months.
It's been at least a couple of months. Let's see. It looks like it was about a year ago that I did something Undertale.
Yeah, that's a lot of months.
So, you know, I feel like we've been
That's not
somewhat
bad, though.
successful in branching out. Not that I don't like Undertale, obviously. It's just, you know, once I started having more fun with it, I realized, well, hey, I could do all the other fandoms I'm into too. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like I started with this one thing that I like. How about all this other stuff that I like too?
exactly.
Yeah, completely valid. I'll
Mhm.
admit I haven't kept up with your work too much. Part of the reason why I'm familiar with your work is because um I watched a lot of stuff back in the day, and I believe,
Yeah.
well, looking back, I'm thinking like how long ago was it? And I'm remembering that this game is objectively not that old. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's
Mhm.
where most of the stuff is. I think the two things that I immediately think of that I remember being like, heck yeah, were were hand plates
hmm
and the thought.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
what most people I feel like
yeah,
know.
the thought. I remember like I was so annoyed because it kept popping up in my recommended. Now I'm like, okay, fine, YouTube, I'll watch it, and I haven't regretted it. I've watched it like 3 times.
Oh my God, I remember making that. That was the first video because I edited the thought. And that was the
Yeah.
first video that we did panel cleaning on. So, you know, what one to start with. And I remember that halfway through it, I got my wisdom teeth taken out. And so I
Ooh.
was
Oh
like
Lord.
sitting there like editing and this was before I had a like computer. I was editing on this like piece of shit little laptop that
Oh.
had like a cracked screen. So I'm sitting there with my gums like bleeding. I'm like, I just want it to be over.
Oh God.
There was a lot of pain in the thought, but then once we got it done, you know, I felt good about it. I was like, it's done, it's good, it looks great. But it was, oh my God, it was so bad. And I had what, 13 voice actors in that? And I, you know, scouted them
Yeah.
all, and it was this really, everybody had a different mic level and a different mic quality. And I had
Oh
like
God.
12 tracks on my editor that was like, well, you know, Walter needs to be turned up to 12, and then he needs to be turned up to 6. And it was a nightmare.
I mean, at least you got rewarded
Yeah.
for it. I mean, that's your most popular video, sitting at like 9 million something views.
I know,
Mhm.
it's so weird.
I'm not gonna lie. Um, one of the most impressive things what for me when I saw it, besides especially because I had never actually read the comic before, right? So
hmm
besides the fact that I was like, wow, this is such a good comic, the editing in particular, I was like, oh, this is good because like I don't know, it's just like the music and everything, like just how it was put together because I had never seen something like that. It was one of the few times that I think I'm gonna be real with you, and I think that was one of the first exposures I had to like big group collab projects in a video or voice acting sense. I
hmm
had never really seen that or seen how or even imagined how would that work because voice acting just isn't one of the things, especially in that time in my life. It just wasn't one of the skills that I was focused on or one of the communities I was part of. So it had just never crossed my mind until my friend was like, "You need to watch this," and she like spammed me it like and she's like, "You need to see it. You need to see it." Fine, I'll see it. And then I saw it, and I was like, "Wow, it was pretty good, huh?" You know.
hmm
I
Yeah,
mean,
it was a good project.
I get now it's kind of like a fossil, but I don't care. I still appreciate it.
I remember when I set out to do it, because I had pitched it to my partner at the time, and we were like prepping up for this big thing. We got it originally scored, um, and we did the whole, audition process. I mean, this took, I know you guys didn't see it before it like came out, but I edited that video for what, 3 months? Like, and getting everybody's like lines together and everything. It took a long time. So, I'm glad I did it, but nowadays whenever someone's like, do you want to make this big collab and we'll get everybody together? And I'm like, girl, hell no, I don't want to do that again. It's like, what was it? The High of Daisy Persona 4 comic. I was like, girl, bless you, because I can't do it again.
Oh yeah. Oh jeez.
So
I mean,
just-
I 100%. While I do think that the times that you've done it, it's been a great. The times that you've edited, it's been like amazing. I totally understand. As somebody who nowadays has dabbled in editing, I totally understand why you are
It
like,
takes a while.
I don't know if I could do that again. I don't know if I would live that. It's
I mean, it'd be nice to do a big project again, but I don't know if I would ever like do something that big. I would do like probably 5,
because that was
6
a
voice
big.
actors
That was
tops.
huge.
Yeah,
It was like
because
an hour
Did you say
and
13
like covered the
voice
whole
actors?
thing.
yeah, and we had like pretty famous VAs in there. We had like Seigi, we had Coffin Jockey, we had, and big time voice actors on YouTube. I say that like it's an important thing. Big time voice actors on YouTube, but they were pretty notorious for not being able to get our lines in very quickly. So it was just, I would only do it with people that I know could. I will never do blind again, just hiring straight off the internet, because, oh boy, you gotta get people who can get their lines in within a month,
You got to be able to count on people.
yeah.
As in, why put in all the extra effort?
Yeah.
Mhm.
All
I
right.
say yeah, like I know what I'm talking about. I'm the person on the other end, on the other side. I'm the one that tries to do their lines and get them sent in as quickly and as well as possible.
Well, you keep that up. You're gonna make a lot of people very happy.
Oh. So yeah, let's go.
I just wanted
We got
to
another
mention
question yet?
that Alvari's Phantom Fox in the YouTube chat says that they love your videos.
Oh, thank you. I love your videos too. I don't know what they are
Aw.
yet, but it's too late. It's happened.
Mm,
Aw, wholesome.
yeah. Okay. You guys are like talking about, oh, I came in at the thought and hand plates are really well made works and stuff. They like took like hours of editing and were like had great voice acting and stuff in it. And over here, I'm just like, I found her because of the shitpost drunk car series.
I knew it. That's the other one.
There are two branches of what's it called? Starbot Dubs / Undertale fandom people. You either came from one of those like big things, or you came from, like, what's it? Oh, I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. But yeah,
or you came from like a goofball comic or
Yeah, I
like
did a lot
Yeah.
of goofs.
yeah,
A lot of
exactly.
goofs in my day.
Yee.
Say that like I'm not still making them.
I was about to say,
Completely valid,
didn't
though.
you like dub that one Avatar: The Last Airbender comic just a couple of weeks ago, where it was literally Sokka holding up a gun to the mushroom cloud thing?
I like that one.
Yeah, it was.
I say keep making goofs because goof comics and dubs of goof comics make me happy. So
Well,
You
I've
make the
got
world
I've
go
got
round.
a thing that I'm trying to get going. That do you guys know who Nanners is?
I've heard of Nanners, but I'm not sure that I actually know who they are.
Yeah,
She's
the
been doing anime voice covers of like rap songs or
Oh god, that
cute
sounds
cat
like a
girl
great idea.
trucker ASMR takes you into the woods and kills you kind of thing. I want to do that.
Oh my god,
That's my new
I
dream
am
right now.
immediately looking forward to that.
You know, that sounds weird and stuff, but the other day I literally I don't know if this has popped up on anyone's other suggestions box, but YouTube was just like, hey, I know you've been like re-listening to like the Hamilton soundtrack because of like that thing coming out on Disney Plus. So what about if I give you this video, which is basically someone like doing Hamilton songs but in Animal Crossing, and I'm just like, excuse me. And the thing is, it's actually really well made and edited together for something that shouldn't be, that's pretty silly and stuff.
Have you seen the SpongeBob episodes remade in Animal Crossing? Like the people with that are doing these things, they're like, it's crazy how good they are. It's just like, what the heck?
Ruby's left palm in the chat is just like ASMR Spinel breaks into your house.
Exactly.
I mean, I'd watch that. That sounds fun to me. What is it? There's nothing like a good old fashioned, like, what's it called? Troll video that of like ASMR. I think the funniest ASMR video that, like, the funniest ironic ASMR, right? Video that I've seen is ASMR Neko Hatsune Miku, where the person who made the video, like, what is an actual is somebody who like actually has experience using the Vocaloid engine, and literally made a whole VSQ and tuned it to make Miku actually meow. I was just like, oh my god. No, and it and then like mixed it with, like, you know, purring sounds and scratching sounds and Miku going meow. And I was just like, God, why me? And what is it? That channel is easily that channel only uploaded like 2 of those. The other one was, you guys probably won't know who this is, but it was another Vocaloid named Gumi, the one who sings the song Echo by Crusher P. Gumi eating, which you guys probably don't know this, but in Fanon, Gumi's favorite food is carrots. The same person made a Gumi eating carrots ASMR, with like chewing sounds, and Gumi, like, they made a VSQ of the voice file, right, and made it sound like Gumi was talking, of her saying, I love carrots, yum yum yum. Oh my god, I couldn't not laugh at that. It was just so great. I don't know.
Yeah,
maybe I just have weird hobbies or weird pastimes.
Hey, a good shit post can be loved by everything. Yeah. I mean, like, back in the day, I used to watch like freaking Undertale vines, so.
Good
Oh,
stuff.
mood.
Oh no. You're on to me, pasta. Are we the same person or something? How dare you?
You guys are clones, but you never realized it up until now.
No, wait, pasta already has a clone.
Yeah,
You can't have 2 clones.
Yeah, my twin brother. All right. So, okay. So, question 4. The series that at least got me into you was at least the first thing that I heard of from you was Drunk Kara. What's it like knowing how many people were introduced to you like that?
You know, it makes for some weird conversations sometimes, because like I feel like if you're a voice actor, like you don't really have the like quote unquote YouTuber experience of like getting recognized in public. But I did have somebody, like a lot of like, because my roommate in college also taught like younger kids, and she was like, no, all my kids knew you. I was like, that's weird. Like I don't want you to know who I am. So with a lot of people knowing, like, because of my shit, I think that's the best way to be known, though, is through the shit posts, not gonna lie.
No.
I feel like that's better.
Yeah, I just
Mm-hmm.
like back in the day, like I remember first watching it, and I was thinking like, it like being like, oh, this is weird, like Kara, Frisk, and Azrael being grown up and stuff, and that's really ironic considering what the majority of my fan fiction is nowadays.
Them being grown up, that's weird. Writes a fan fiction with Frisk and Azrael grown up.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
it's just yeah. I used to be super stingy when it came to what what Undertale content I would accept.
I feel like everybody was, though. I would get so many comments that were like, I know Frisk, and they don't act like this. And I'm like, do you now, really?
Oh God.
I would get so many of those. They're like, how dare you make this character be gay? I know they're not gay. And I'm like, okay.
Oh, did you ask them?
Like, what happened?
Did you open up? Did you open up a portal into the Undertale world or something? Did you ask Toby Fox directly?
Oh, all
See,
those
the
reader
advantage,
champions are
the
so
advantage of being a voice actor is that or somebody who knows voice actors, right? Is you can literally whip up a video and be like, yeah, I asked them. You know?
I mean,
That's kind of funny though. Like in hindsight, I'm like, oh yeah, that makes sense if that happened. But like, I don't know. Like I never bumped into it because I was one of those. I don't watch. I'm gonna be real, right? For the most part, I was like, I don't watch comic dubs. I follow everybody on Tumblr. You know, the original
Mhm.
comic artists and stuff, because that's what you're supposed to do. But I mean, of course, I did bump into comic dubs and stuff, and of course, there were like the really good ones, or maybe there was like a really long comic that I was like, yeah, I'm not reading that. I'm gonna watch the dub. But like, if I don't know why I had like part of me had like forgotten that like literal 11 and 12-year-olds were probably commenting on them and were probably saying stuff like that.
Oh
It's
my
kind
god,
of funny.
so many.
yeah.
So many.
I was.
What?
I was very anti fan fiction for the longest time. Again, ironic considering what I do
Oh
now.
God!
But
Wow.
yeah, I was just like, ew, fan fiction. That's just where a bunch of like porn and stuff exists. Where, yes, but there is
Yes.
some really good stuff in there.
Mhm.
And what was worse is like I've definitely told this story before, but the first piece of Undertale fanfiction I ever read was Undertale Lemon Fic, which was completely unintentional because I didn't know any of the terminology like when it came to
you know that this was back in the day because it's labeled as lemon.
Yeah.
Instead of like the new fancy terms.
Yeah. It was so awkward. It had the tag lemon on it. I was just like, and little dumb me was like, oh, I wonder what that means. And also,
let me just not Google it.
This was just me randomly Googling on my phone one night. And what was worse about it was like So it was unassuming. That was also the thing. It was like it was town like it's late. It's cold out. Like it cold out. It's cold out late one night. Go snuggle with someone. It was like a pretty Sazriel thing. What was worse was that it was a gay frisk grill, which is perfectly fine with me now because I realized that I'm pansexual and stuff. But back then, I thought I was straight, so that was like
Like, what did I just walk into?
exactly. And it didn't, of course, start off like that. Like, for a while, it was just them snuggling, and I was just like, yeah, they're two guys and stuff, but whatever. It's still cute, and you know, I'm a forward-thinking teenager. I can get behind this. But then,
just two guys being dudes.
Yeah,
and then
it's just bros being bros, and then it like shifts, and of course I'm not going to say what actually happens because
it got spicy. That's what happened.
Yeah, all I'm going to say is be quiet. I don't want mom to hear, and that's the only thing I'm going to say about that.
Oh no! Oh my god!
Nice.
Oh my god! That's worse than what I was imagining. Oh lord.
Okay.
Oh,
Let's move on.
Yeah, let's move on. How was it like gaining? Wait, do you want to do this, Cupcake?
Me?
Yeah, do you want to read out the question?
Oh, okay. How is it gaining so many views so quickly?
Yeah, go ahead.
How was it?
Yeah, how was it like
how did it feel?
like being
Oh my god. I remember this was my freshman year of college, and I remember checking on my phone during like my lunch break, and I saw like 90 views, and I was like, what? And you know, I went and looked at it, and then they had like reblogged my thing on their Tumblr, and then things just kind of snowballed from there. I think I got really lucky compared to like a lot of other like quote unquote small time YouTubers, because mine was like within like a year I had like 200,000 subs.
Yeah.
And
again, on the internet there is no like steady growth. You're either like going into mediocrity. You're either in mediocrity or just like just flipping, just explode one day.
And just the door slams open and hundreds of people just run in.
Hey!
It was very weird. And you know, at first I read all the comments. I'm gonna be real with you guys. I don't read the comments anymore. I have not read comments in like a year because it's just like
it's like reading your spam email. Like there's just
kind
so
of,
much.
yeah.
There's so
much. It's not normally productive in any way. And of course you get a lot of really nice comments. I think my ratio of like hate to positive comments is actually pretty good, I think, for what I know some other people deal with. But, you know, after time, it's just like, God, you know, I can't even read this fucking hate comment because I'm not even mad that they left one, but they can't spell anything right. And, you know, every single one that you get is just misspelled, and like, you're like, man, I just can't do it anymore. But
have y'all seen the what is it? What is that video? I know that the creator of Glitchtale, Camilla, right? Made this video like I actually don't know how long ago it was, but it was like a parody. Or no, it wasn't a parody. It was like reading out an actual like hate comment, and it was like,
like terrible, simply terrible.
Oh yeah, that's how it went. I wish I could quote it because it's just been so long since I've seen it, but it was so funny. But at the same time, I'm like, I've seen hate comments, and it's so true.
And I like how they pronounced the incorrect spelling.
Oh yeah, that's what really makes it.
Racist and terrible.
Racist.
You racist.
Yep.
So yeah, that I mean, it's a good experience. You know, it's nice having everybody. I mean, it's weird because I've been doing this for so long now, and in the beginning, it was like, oh my God, I'm so cool. Like, oh my God, I'm so awesome. Granted, this is when I was a freshman in college, so I definitely needed a you know, reality check, like
Mm-hmm.
chill girl. But you know, so I got this like big head. I was like, man, I'm hot shit. And then my second year, I did organic chemistry in college, and then you know, hate comments started flooding in, and I got my reality check. And now every time anybody's like, "What do you do for a living?" I'm like, "I don't know. I don't do anything. No." Like,
Top 10
please
best
don't look
answers
me
to
up.
what do you do for a living? Number 2 or number 3, one of those, right? Top 3 for sure, right? I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know what I do for a living.
Yeah, I'm really not sure.
I
I
don't
go
know.
to
You know,
work.
money
What?
just appears sometimes, and I just, I hope no one else spotted it first.
Exactly. And you know, I still obviously make stuff and I like making stuff, but it's more of like a job to me now. You know, like
Yeah.
I'll make this video, and I still like making them. But you know, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not above the people who make stuff just because I know it's going to be popular.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you got to make that business decision.
You gotta make that business decision. And you know, unlike a lot of other places, my business decision involves, oh, I'm gonna put out this comic of, you know, of two goats being in love, and I'm gonna make bank. Like,
Everybody else, signing contracts and trading and making agreements. You
well, if I
putting a
do this gay
random,
goat comic, you know, everybody's gonna love it.
profit.
Money, money, money,
Sweet.
money, money.
And I don't make that much money. I know everybody's got this like view in their head of like, oh, YouTubers make bank. I don't make fucking bank, girl. I'm in like the lowest tax bracket. And you know, you can't quit your J job unless you have like 5 million subs and are getting views constantly.
Pretty much,
Like
yeah.
Can't
I was
I
gonna-
can't
with-
quit my day job. I don't have a day job.
I'm a
I am broke.
Mood.
yeah.
Mood.
Yeah, mood.
I was
How's
gonna
that?
sing the 10. Well, I know that that's not what the actual song is, but with the column, I was gonna sing the 10 shop money, 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 money song, right? And then I
Oh,
realized, yeah, that's a lot of swearing.
I
But it's still
know.
very funny.
I
to
know
me.
which one
Like,
you're talking about.
Huh?
I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah, I censored the beginning part of it and randomly walked up to my brother and said, "Money on my big fat mind. Bought 5 haircuts at the same time." And he just gave me this look like, "What are you on about?" It was great. He had no context, but that was the idea.
Confusing your siblings.
So good.
Imagine that whole song is just the biggest flex.
Yep.
All right. So, next question. Speaking of popularity, Charisk, the ship between Car and Frisk, was also a big factor in making your channel popular. How do you feel about the ship and what you've contributed to its popularity?
When I first did it, I actually was kind of against Charisk. I'm not gonna lie. I was like super anti-Charisk. But because I was one of those like Thoriel's the only ship. Anybody who ships anything else, no. But
yeah.
you know, once I did Charisk and I looked at some of the other comics, I was like, yeah, all right, I'm kind of cool with this because like my first immediate gut reaction was not correct. My first gut reaction was like, why would you ship 2 kids? That's nasty. But you know.
See, I'm laughing. I know that there's a part of me that is like, yeah, that's true. But on the other end, I'm like, that's never stopped anyone before. I'm sorry. So yeah, Continue.
Well, I was okay with the adult stuff. Like, you'll notice we never did any churros that wasn't like too adult because, I just,
Yeah.
But as long as it's tasteful,
Yeah.
it's nice because churros, I feel like they don't have personalities. So when you get like a fanfic or a comic, they're a lot more free to like create their own versions. Like
Yeah.
Drunk Kara is way different from like Glitch Tail Kara,
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it was
definitely.
nice to see that.
Could you imagine? Could you imagine Drunk Kara going up against Bet Noir? Oh, you fucking big bitch! I don't even know where I am right now. But
What? What did you say to me? Why would you say that to my face? What? You said it to my face? Oh.
Legit. I'm not the Cherish because like it's one of the shows that I'm cool with. Like, yeah, I can see why people ship it. It's just not my thing. But you're
I
like,
used to be a very hardcore tourist.
mm,
And I am going to be honest. I think 40% of the reason was because they were some of the only characters I could actually draw. Because they were human.
Oh, yeah.
Let's be real. That was like 40% of the reason. And the rest of it was like, well, there's only 2 humans. Oh, God.
that's. I don't want
That's something, isn't it?
What were you gonna say, Pasta?
Okay, but yeah, I'm not the biggest Trisk shipper at all or anything, but the one series that I'm just like, yes, do it, Fading Away, that is the cutest shit to me.
Oh, Fading Away is cute.
Same. Like, Pasta, you know me. You know I don't ship pretty much anything.
Yeah.
And I still enjoyed that one greatly.
Yeah, they did a really good job with that one.
The Frisky car is just so flipping cute together.
They're such babies.
Yes.
And they made Kara such a soon.
Yeah, they made Kara freaking tsundere. It was just.
Yeah. I liked when they were like, when Azrael is just like, oh, hey guys, what's up? And he's trying to get them to like kiss or whatever. And like they're all just hiding in the bush. That was one of my favorite parts. Just like they're all hiding in the bush. Not just one, not just two, they're all hiding.
The bush is the hiding spot.
Yeah.
You've heard of a tree house. Now get ready for a bush house.
Treehouse bush hut.
Bush hut.
Yes.
Alright, so
So, Ruby left palm just like screamed out in the chat, "Bury the bear!"
Yep.
Lest we forget.
Uh-huh.
I had a fan send me when I had briefly a P.O. box. I had a fan send me, they had iron cast Bury the Beer, and this was like a Viking size fucking flagon that this guy sent me, made
No
of
way.
pure steel, and I was like, okay.
All right, good sir, and thank you for your contribution. What do I do?
It was
with
the
this
coolest
thing?
thing I've ever gotten in the mail.
Well, at least you can say you have something that nobody else does. Probably.
Certainly,
Probably.
certainly a conversation starter. Is that a beer with an anime cute face on it? Yes.
As
I mean,
Bury the Beer, what do you want me to do about it?
Why do you have that? It's a very long story.
I keep my snacks in it.
Yes. Nice.
Uh,
All right. So, the next on to the next question. As creators, we mostly cringe at our early work. Is that how you see your older Undertale stuff?
Oh god.
I'm taking that as a possible yes.
I remember I told my family what I do, and I made the very basic mistake that I have learned since then to not give out my channel name because I'm sitting here at this like, and my family's Southern, right? And so I'm
Mhm.
sitting here at this like porch barbecue thing we're having, and I just hear, "Really, everybody, it's Dracula!" And I'm like,
God is dead.
my aunt, and I'm like, "Snap!" And she's like, "But we just want to support you." And I'm like,
I have a story similar to that. Okay, so my family knows I do this podcast because originally started recording it over the summer when I was back home with them, and I basically couldn't hide the fact that hey, for like an hour and a half or 2 hours, like on some days, I'm just stuck in my room talking to myself, and they were just like, "The hell's going on with that?" And I was just like, "Well, I run a podcast," and I'm fine with my mom and dad knowing about my immediate family. I'm absolutely 100% fine with. My extended family, however. So we're in rural Alabama, like northern Alabama and stuff. Like visiting my aunt and uncle that live in this very nice Alabama home and stuff. Beautiful place. My but my uncle, I'm not gonna say very stereotypical southern man type thing, but basically yes, he is
Man.
that. Even though he grew up in Minnesota and stuff, but yeah, I mean he's like one of those people. One of the things he literally said while we were visiting over the weekend, it's like we need to go out into the woods and like teach these two how to teach me Aaron, which is me, and Adam, which is my brother, like go out into the woods and teach Aaron and Adam how to shoot. And I'm just like, oh, and I'm just like, oh no. Which, by the way, I don't think I'll ever actually work with firearms because one, I'm not really for like I am for gun control and stuff, but mostly this is a mostly self-preservation thing. I know as soon as I get a gun in my hand, I'm gonna accidentally shoot myself. I don't know how it's gonna happen, but it will happen. And people are just like, oh no, it's all safe and stuff. No, I know I'll do it somehow. It will either be. It will either be in my foot or my leg or something like that. I don't know how, but I will shoot myself if I'm ever given a proper firearm.
Meanwhile, me and Dad go out in the field and shoot cans with our BB guns.
Yeah, but anyways, later that day, we're around the table and just had dinner and stuff. Really good stuff, really good food and all that. My mom cooked along with my aunt and stuff. We were just sitting around the table having a nice time, and I'm on my phone just watching some stuff. I don't know. I was watching some. I don't know. I think it was a Let's Play or something, and my mom just like pokes me on the shoulder. My dad just like pokes me on the shoulder and stuff, and he's just like, Aaron, and I'm just like, what? And it's just like, we were talking about your podcast, and I was just like, excuse me.
Like your brain just instantly goes, oh no.
What? And my conservative like uncle is just like, so you made this podcast about this game and stuff, and I'm just like, yes sir.
Yes.
Yes sir, please don't. And he was just like, well, I'm gonna give you a subscribe, please don't, and I'll watch your stuff. I'm just like, please, no, God. it's one of those things where I know he'll never actually watch it. He's just doing this to look nice and stuff in front of me. But if he ever did, just
no. It's like the opposite with my sister, because I'm the youngest, and all of my siblings are already out of the house, married, and what have you. My sister comes over the other day, and I had hinted, well, not hinted, I had said in passing about like I'm doing a podcast now, and so because I was thinking of going to live with her for a while, and I needed a place that was, I needed to know that I could be somewhere somewhat soundproof. And so I listed that as one of the reasons. So having forgotten that I said that, she comes over, and at one point during the conversation, she's like, so you mentioned you're doing a podcast now, and then my brain just like, oh no.
Oh no.
And she's like, what's it about? And I'm like, So then I had to explain, and I had to explain Undertale, because I know she doesn't know anything about Undertale. And then she's like, I'm gonna watch some of the episodes. I'm like, I'd rather you didn't, but I will suggest this one to you, because this one is probably one that you'll like, because we go off tangent a lot. And so on and so forth. And then cut to me later asking her in an email, please to not subscribe to the channel, because quote, having a family member who doesn't know anything about what we're talking about subscribe feels like cheating.
Well, we already have one, so don't you worry.
But I know that she just like, she just wants to support me, and I'm like, please, I love you, but
what was worse is that like the episode we had just done like that week prior was like we voice acted a bit of my fan fiction because we had a voice actor on it. I was just like, I'm not gonna pass up this chance. And that one bit that I decided to dub over, Cupcake got super embarrassed with, because she had to basically she does a really good Monster Kid impression type. And during that, it was like it was basically Undyne and Alphys's wedding, and it was like all the characters were about adults before you ask, and MK had gotten drunk and
you've done drunk Kara, I've done drunk MK.
And what was worse is that in my fanfic, like, MK is like really gay and stuff, and was trying to mac on Azriel, and she had to play that, and I'm just, and at the time we were laughing, even though she was a bit nervous, but I'm just like, she was probably thinking about that episode when she was telling.
I was thinking so hard about that episode, and just like shouting in my brain, don't watch that episode.
It was and it wasn't like subtle, like it sort of like brushes up against him. It was like, it's like, yeah, Azzy, God, you look freaking hot right now. Yep.
Yep, exactly. And so like,
my favorite line from that though was, "Come on, Frisk, girls find it hot when two guys make out, right?"
Oh yeah, I remember that one. That line.
Oh God, yeah, just the.
And now I realize that is something that I have put out there. That is something on the internet, and I am scared.
It'll never leave you now.
Luckily, it's like near the end of a 2-hour podcast, so
yeah.
That's pretty buried. All right. chat. I know I know there's only like a couple people watching this right now, but chat, if you have any questions for Starbot or any of us, you can ask them. I don't know why you're being so quiet. That
like chat's just talking amongst themselves.
yeah. All right. So, anyways, out of your Undertale projects, which are you most proud of?
Probably this on, I would say. Yeah. I did really, really like, I don't know if I ever actually uploaded them, but I did like 3 episodes of Dogs of Future Past, and I really liked the way I edited it.
Oh, you did upload them, and by the way, we actually had the creator on, Dog the
I
Future.
know, I saw you guys had links.
Yeah, a great person, by the way. She's fantastic.
She was awesome. She like stuck with us through the entire 10-hour Undertale anniversary stream. And we were just like, you can leave anytime, right? She's like, yeah, I know. And we're just like, okay.
Yeah, I was just like, how did she do that? I mean, I barely made it through it. I was the one actually playing the game.
Yeah.
Did you guys go through the whole thing?
We went
all neutral and pacifist.
We didn't do genocide.
No.
I think
the fun version.
I would have fought
as peaceful children.
I would have won. I've never done genocide because I don't want to kill my favorite characters, and also it's pretty boring and mindless from what I've heard, except for the 1 or 2 boss fights and stuff. And
it is pretty grindy.
Yeah, and yeah, if we did genocide, I would have probably fallen asleep on stream just on how tired I was by the time we finished.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways,
let's see. Okay. What characters do you like to play the most from Undertale or otherwise?
Oh my god. Okay. My absolute favorite voice that I have done so far. You guys are gonna kink shame me, but my absolute favorite voice I've done so far is the sexy elf comic I did with the elf and the orc. Favorite thing I've done so far.
Nice. I mean, sexy voices are fun to do. Paused over there being confused.
I'm not a voice actor, okay?
It's okay, pat.
When it came to Undertale, I'd probably say Frisk was my favorite. Because it's basically just my voice, but I dampen it a little bit in the back.
Yeah, so make it sound softer.
Yeah, it's very relaxing to do that one.
Your Frisk and Car voice are basically my headcanon voice.
Thank you.
Yeah, they're the voices I always think of when.
For some reason, I like doing voices that are energetic, mostly like Monster Kid and Temmie.
Yeah, those are fun.
Hi, I'm Timmy. You like Tim needs months for to go to court.
You call
it. But I don't know. I also like the deeper voices too. But I find that a lot of the slower voices, for some reason, when I do them, sometimes I'll end up starting to yawn, and I'm like, wait, why? Why is it putting me to sleep?
Well, what's it called? Yes, I know I'm making an excellent segue back, but from what I understand, it takes more air to do higher sounds than it does lower sounds. So sometimes your body's like, okay, deep breath, I gotta go for a while, and then you do like a really low sound, and then your body's like, screw it, let's let it all go. Oh. I mean, that's what happens in my experience. That's what happens. That's why when
That
I'm
makes
singing,
sense.
like, because I sing, right? When I sing like a really low song, I have to like make sure I'm not over grabbing breath, I guess, because I know I'm gonna start yawning in the middle. It's like, no, 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 I don't want that. But that's just me, I guess. I don't know.
I can't
I
actually
do, I do that too, so.
I can't actually do deep voices pretty well like uh
I
like
mean, your voice is already deeper than mine, so.
Yeah.
and like the only Undertale characters that I think I can play really well are like
Metaton.
oh yes, darling. I play a wonderful Metaton. I'm really
Yes,
good at those foppish
Metaton.
voices, actually.
You're wonderful. I know, I know.
You
So-
tell me
we've
this
got
way,
Metaton and
darling.
Alpha.
5 times
What's
every
going
day.
But yeah, I do Metaton pretty well. I also do, I think I do Asgore really well. Like, this like, deep, booming voice and stuff. I also do, I think I do a pretty good Dr. Gaster from what I've seen of him.
Dr. Monster?
Which, by the way, like the canon voice, I think for Dr. Gaster is like a freaking the English dub voice for Von Hohenheim from Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Yeah.
And, I actually more think of like his like Gendo Ikari performance from the Funimation dub of the Evangelion Rebuild films.
Mhm.
The time has come.
My canon voice for Gaster is just a computer glitching out. Like Windows
Guest head
XP.
cannon.
It's like, yeah. Take deep voiced Kaito and then glitch it out. There's Gaster.
Yeah, just. I mean, I've actually did do some voice acting. Like I've explained this to Elsa and Cupcake like a bunch of times already, but to explain it to you, Starbot, when I used to write fan fiction and stuff, for I don't know how I really came to this, but me and my friend Crystal Pokeball, as she's called, which you should go subscribe to her if you want to see like Pokemon shiny hunting and stuff. But yeah, Crystal Pokeball, she was she was interested in my fic and stuff, and I'm just like, hey, what if I like read it out to you and like you like I did the guy bits and you did the girl bits, and she was just like, yeah, sure, that's good, which. Which, considering the subject matter for my story, was kind of awkward because it is a Frisk Asriel story, and it does get quote unquote spicy at points. I mean, there's never outright, sex, but I do imply it at a couple of points and stuff, and
That is a thing that exists. Yes.
Yes, it is. It is a thing that exists, and that is the only way.
That thing over there, it exists.
Yeah.
Definitely.
You don't get to
and it
see
was
it.
really
It just
weird,
exists
like
over
doing
there.
this like romantic dialogue and stuff between me and her when she's a lesbian and stuff. So so just like this sweet so my brain's just like for saying like, huh, she's saying all these nice sweet things to you. Wouldn't that be great if she was your girlfriend? And I'm just like, yeah, what? Too bad that's never gonna happen. Yeah, that's a voice acting experience I got.
Oh, well, there's also the bit that you've done as part of the podcast when you've had BAs come on here before.
Yeah.
Yeah, doing some stuff with them.
Although usually I call dibs on getting a part because because I don't know, I'm self-centered, I guess.
Yeah.
I've been thinking that if I ever get into like some kind of fan thing that involves, voice acting, I think I would be interested in podfic.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mhm.
reading out kind of like, man, I forgot that one girl's like I know how to spell it, but I'm not sure how to pronounce it. But I've seen like a lot of really cool ones for Undertale, and I'm like, maybe I should give that a go. I've just never gone. But yeah, I usually call dibs on getting a part. But what's it called? There was the one we did with um with where Cupcake was Monster Kid. That was great.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Yeah. Anyways, dang, you already kind of answered this question already. What do you think was your best voice acting work? Okay, since you already said like the
Sexy elf.
yeah, the elf and stuff. I guess
Best
I'll
thing I've
restrict
ever
that to what do you think your best voice acting work was when you did Undertale stuff?
I think I did a really good job playing Kara in what's the one? The one where they're cute. Fading Away. I think I did a pretty good job doing that one. And that one was a lot of fun. I like doing characters that are really like embarrassed because whenever like my voice goes up and down like a wind flute, so it's it's good to do the embarrassed
just works.
characters because it just works. I sound like I'm in pain every time I speak, so it works pretty good for me.
I feel that because I was in a voice chat with some people I was working with on a voice acting thing where I play Alphys, and I said a part, and they were just like, I can feel the anxiety emanating from you.
Anxiety.
Yeah, I get,
Mood.
What's it called? That's just me. That's just me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna make a joke, and I'm like, let me just not.
A joke about what?
Well, okay. So, to keep it short, because I don't want to go off topic. Too off topic anyway. A couple days ago, I was having like, I was at school because what's it called? I was at school, and I was struggling with like a lot of things. Like for example, I was like sitting in the gym where people are throwing stuff, but the
Oh, yeah.
bleachers are like right behind the basketball net, and PTSD is fun, so I kept flinching. And so part of me was like, man, I hate this. I should go move somewhere else. But my anxiety was like, nope, you're gonna stay right there and not move anywhere, right?
Uh-huh.
And so I was getting really frustrated and upset, and I was like, wow, I'm so done with myself and my garbage. So, and I was feeling kind of upset about it, whatever. I was feeling bad, right? I sit down at my lunch table, and I'm talking with my friend, and I'm just a mess, right? And I'm saying, yeah, today hasn't been that great for me, whatever. Then I go and I check my pocket. Turns out I had put my anxiety medication in my pocket for me to take on the car drive to school, and I had
Oh,
completely
you forgot to take it.
forgotten about it. And I'm like, that explains a lot. I was like, oh my god, no wonder I was such a mess. Oh, I was like, yeah, something's off. I don't know what it is.
Why am I so anxious? Don't I have medication for
Yeah, that's basically what it was. So the joke I was gonna make was when you said that when you did your Alphys impression, I'm like, me without my meds. So yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Mhm. Yeah, it's just like I was legit like Undertale saved me from a depression actually because I actually there was like a year where I didn't really watch or read or do anything Undertale related and stuff. And it was like fine for us, and I'm not saying like, oh, I left the Undertale fandom, became depressed, but yeah, there was like, I've dealt with this really bad depression and stuff, like, at first part of like 2018 and stuff. Like, it was really bad. It was like one of those existential crises, like, hey, I don't even know what's real anymore.
Honestly, same. I had a rough patch around the what's it called? A similar rough patch around that time. It's just Undertale just I just so happened to pick up Undertale stuff and like going really hardcore into it about around that time.
Yeah.
But so I totally get you. I feel you.
Yeah, but anyways, un- Undertale, yeah, but the thing that brought me out of that, it helped me start to get out of that was like, I don't know what it was. Like, my brother came up to me like one day and was just like, "Hey, the new episode of Glitch Tales," and I'm just like, "They're still making Glitch Tales stuff?" And he's just like, yeah."
Mood.
And I hadn't seen
Really?
any Glitch Tale past season 1, so watching.
Oh.
So yeah, watching that, I know it sounds weird. Like I got a depression after watching Glitch Tale, considering the content of that series. But yeah, I did because
The
it made
thing
me
is,
think
Glitch Tale
about
is hype.
ideas and stuff, and gave me other things to think about than the existential horror of the universe.
Yay!
Thing is, Glitch Tale is one of those things that like just watching it, like even if it's something depressing, you're like, oh my god, and it's like you just feel the hype and it gives you energy. So it's like, yeah, you walk out of it like you've got some kind of now
Dude,
you've got all these things that you're thinking about that
dude, the latest
are nice.
episode was so satisfying for so many different reasons. Like, finally, some flipping payoff to what's been going on when it's just been build up for the past couple of things, which wouldn't be too terrible. But when you have to wait like 4 months and sometimes more for that stuff, you're just
Yeah.
like all this build up and stuff. You just get a bit tired of it. But yeah, finally get some payoff last episode and stuff. Anyway, uh yeah, so that show saved me from a depression and all that. So yeah, I mean, of course I still have
Sweet.
bad days and stuff, but I'm getting through it ever since that. I never felt that so much existential dread since then. So yeah, that's good.
Mhm.
Anyways,
Yeah.
let's get back on topic. What's it like transitioning between Undertale content to non-Undertale content? What's that transition been like for you?
Um, Honestly, I feel like Undertale for the longest time had so many like bad memories attached to it for me, and I felt like I couldn't do anything else. Like I was like, well, I have to do Undertale. People know me for Undertale. Like, what? Nobody's gonna watch anything if I don't do Undertale. But once I got a little bit more confident, it's definitely good because you can just make whatever you want to make, and I think that's how creators are happiest.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, it is kind of hard to like especially when you've built your brand around a certain thing or like a certain topic or maybe even a certain fandom. I definitely don't think you're alone in that whole feeling of you know that whole feeling that like you have to stick to that you have to stick to something. But then again, like you said, so many people um once they can finally conquer that little voice in their head telling them that and be like, no, I'm confident, I can produce good work. It doesn't have to be about this topic. Once you get that like kind of relief or whatever and that freedom, feels so good. So good.
Yeah. I mean,
Good stuff.
I mean, I haven't watched much of your non-Undertale stuff, sad to say, but the stuff I have seen, like, A Tale of Two Rulers is probably, like, one of your favorite series that you've done. That I really love the work you did on that.
I do love Tale of Two Rulers. We did that all. Tale of Two Rulers was different. Normally, I just like ask people for lines because I'm like, whatever. I trust that you're gonna, I don't need to sit behind your back and tell you. Well, actually, I want you to say it exactly like this. But for Tale of Two Rulers, my really good buddy Sagi is Ganondorf, and he was like, it's such a good story. I really feel like it's very traditional play style. And I was like, yeah, it kind of is. Do you want to? He was like, do you want to record it live? And I was like, okay. So we did a like back and forth, and like we were each like acting at each other, and it was a lot of fun. So.
Nice.
Not going to lie, watching A Tale of Two Rulers as a pansexual guy is really nice because I'm just gonna say it, both Zelda and Ganondorf in that thing are so flipping hot.
They are. I agree.
I'm sorry, I have to let out my thirst a little bit because those are.
You're probably not alone in that, Pasta. You realize that, right?
Yeah, but still, I try to tone it down and stuff because for this thing, but yeah, it's just both of them are just like, not gonna lie, both of them are just like that. I wouldn't mind if I was forced into an arranged marriage with you, if that came out wrong.
Oh. This is the part where I keep my mouth shut and just like don't expose myself and my crazy self-control.
Yeah. But yeah, just I really love the work you did on that stuff.
Well, I'm glad you liked it. We had a lot of fun with that one.
Yeah, we also talked with Cello Chickta about it when she was on the show a couple of weeks back.
Cello Chiquita, Pasta. Come on.
God dang it. Watch, this is the one episode she watches after not watching this stuff for a while. Just because I said her name wrong.
Chella's a really great voice actor.
Yeah, she is. I really love her.
Honestly.
I really love her.
Everything she's in, I'm like, girl.
Yeah. Anyways, let's get on. Next. Alright, this is the last official question we have. Chat, if you want to ask her anything, like, seriously, just
take advantage.
Yeah, take advantage of this.
Open.
Yeah.
Just do it.
So yeah, we'll finish up with the questions, then do a little something else. But anyways, all right. Last question: how do you feel about your impact on the Undertale community as a whole?
Deeply ashamed. Next question.
You can't just leave off like that.
Oh God.
It's all I got.
Really? Doing this for like 4 or 5 years, just being like, yep, flippin' hate it.
If I could make, well, I take pride in the fact that if I made everyone just a little bit more horny, that's what I want my impact on this world to be.
Oof. The sad part is you probably have. Well, not sad if that's your goal, right?
Exactly.
That's great. Top 10 best quotes.
If I could just make everyone just a little more horny in life, that would be my legacy.
Legacy? What is a legacy? Okay. All right. So yeah, that's all the questions we have for you. But I couldn't not say something like, "Oh yeah, you're my headcanon voice," and also mention how we do fan fiction readings and stuff here, without being like, "Hey, old buddy, old pal, would you kindly read some stuff out?" But yeah.
If it's not too long, I'm down to read something out.
All right. I'm just like, but there's also, but also, there's two things I want. There's two things I want to read. One thing I want to read out is something I promised a friend I would do. I promised this really great fan fiction writer, the Archmage, that I would like, if I ever got you somehow on the show and stuff, that you would read out a bit of his Charisk, just a bit of his Charisk fan fiction. So let me pull that up right quick.
All right, hit me with it.
All right.
They specify which parts.
They did not. I should have really asked that. Could someone ping him right quick? Actually, that'd be really appreciated.
We'll go with the most horny parts.
No. Well, we can't do the most horny parts because it is written actual smut, and I don't want to get kicked off.
Oh yeah, okay, maybe not then. I've been in enough trouble with YouTube lately.
Wait, what?
I'm not over when we read Pasta's freaking. What was it that Frisk said? Was it Frisk or Azrael?
It was Frisk, and basically, so context, because I'm not gonna make you read out this thing because that part, but for context, Frisk and Azrael, like, they had just admitted their feelings to each other the previous day and stuff, and
Chaos Saber. Something like that.
Yeah. Anyway, so
that's all that needs to be said. Let's be real.
No. I gotta explain this. So
it was funny though.
Yeah.
Even without context, it's funny.
Yeah, but anyway, so
go ahead. Go ahead though.
So yeah, Frisk and Azrael decide to snuggle with each other in bed and stuff, just trying to fall asleep and all that. It's really cute and really sweet, and like Azrael's like holding her all close and stuff, up to his chest and all that, and he's just like, this is all I need. I don't want to do anything else. But then Frisk is just like, really, are you sure? Because I can feel your Chaos Saber against me, and they probably wants to do a lot more than snuggle.
Oh god.
So yeah.
Poor Wintermelon. Oh god.
Yeah, they seem fine with it.
I'm just saying. It's just, I don't know, it's just funny. Anyway, what about the other thing that you wanted read?
Okay, so, yeah.
While we're waiting on.
I could do something really evil right now, but I'm not.
Do it. Now you have to do it.
Yeah, you can't just say, like,
I give you permission. I will take full responsibility.
So, Pasta has told me before that if you were ever on and you said in your I think it was your Kara voice, "Oh, Pasta."
No. You cannot Ashley on this.
Yeah. Oh my god.
You cannot do an Ashley on me.
I said I wasn't gonna do it, and then they made me do it. What am I supposed to do?
I said I take responsibility.
True. None of the blame falls on Cupcake.
Wait, hold up. I need to pull up some like fettuccine Alfredo for inspiration.
What?
Oh, pasta.
Oh god.
What would be worse if you did it in your freaking Frisk voice?
Oh, I haven't done Frisk in a while.
Make it
I heard that furious keyboard typing.
vigorous.
I know what I'm about, son.
That kind of podcast. Weak. No.
What is even happening anymore?
I don't know.
I am determined to derail as much as possible. Is my mission here.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
You
my
okay?
dear.
Very.
Sun's gone down while we've been talking.
What? The sun has abandoned you. I still have it. I stole it.
Wow.
Well, you're in freaking Idaho. Of course you still have it. Over here in Georgia.
I stole the sun. Shush.
Wait, the sun's down already?
Yeah, on the East Coast.
I've been in my closet this entire time. So I had no idea.
She literally records in
Until
her
you
closet.
pointed it
Don't.
Oh, I do too.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, I've got
fit in
like a walk-in closet, so I'm chilling in here. I put, not gonna lie, I put a futon in here because I figured why not? Ghetto guest bedroom. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Legit, my aunt has slept in my closet. My grandma has slept in my closet. My brother has slept in my closet.
Why do I find
I've
this so
slept in-
funny?
I slept in my closet actually before we set up the bed in my actual room. So yeah, my mom has accused me of living in here. I'm like, no, it's just part of my room, okay? Let me
So
chill.
what? So what? It's comfortable in my closet.
It is because I have a loft bed, right? So if I want to lay down, I can't just like chill on my bed like most people. I have to climb up there. You know what I mean? It's like,
Mhm.
nah, I'll just go in the closet and lie on the futon. Why not?
Okay, so the archer got back to us. Apparently, he's like, this
Okay.
chapter starting with the line Frisk is stared up at the barrier. No point now. Okay, and continue into the mid-chapter break. Okay, so yeah, let's read it on out for our good old archmage.
What are the
Yes.
parts? Or are we just...
I think it might just be Frisk and Car, but I'm not sure. Okay, Control F.
Oh yeah, that's a thing you can do.
Frisk.
And then I'm on mobile and I'm trying to figure out
All right.
finding page. Wait, which part? I forgot already.
Frisk stared up at the barrier.
Just put
Frisk.
Frisk stared and you'll find it.
Yeah, and it just goes
Found
to the
it.
mid-chapter break.
This is... I...
Is there gonna be a
So-
narrator?
Yeah, we
Who
need a
gets
narrator.
what part? We gotta split it up.
All right, so there's. All right,
I
so.
guess I'll take Frisk.
All right.
So then, can I have Kara then?
Guess.
Okay.
Guess so.
All right. Is there gonna be a
Um,
narrator?
I can be the narrator. I have a pretty narrative voice.
And I'll
Okay,
just.
so when
I'll
do we
just be
begin?
Oh. Hey, Archmage just joins and then leaves.
It's like, I want to hear this. No, wait.
He was just like, wait, I want to hear this. Oh, wait, I could just watch the stream if I want to hear it.
Uh-huh. Yep.
All right, so I guess I'll start. Let me take a sip of my water first.
Is that I don't know. I'm just laughing. That was not what I expected to hear.
All right. Ahem.
What?
I guess we'll. Oh yeah, I'm drinking my water out of a metal container with a metal straw, so that's why you
I
hear.
knew it.
That's why you hear
Clank.
That's why you hear those creaks and stuff and
Squeak, squeak.
yeah, stuff like that. All right. Anyways, Frisk stared up at the barrier. No point now. There was only one boss monster still left in the entire underground, and no, it was not even an option. Even if they could open the door to the ruins, they could not do that to Toriel. So they were all trapped here. Monsters, Flowey, Kara, even Frisk. None could escape now.
Asgore is dead.
Kara said.
Everyone will believe you killed him. You can't go back. Not only that, the human souls the monsters collected are gone. The means to destroy the barrier no longer exists under. If you're going to break the barrier, you will need to pass through and get to the surface. Do you understand? Do you agree?
Frisk could only nod reluctantly. Kara closed their eyes and sighed deeply.
Then step through the barrier. I figured out a trick. If I'm here, you should be able to go through. Go on, try it out.
Frisk put a hand up to the barrier to test its solidarity, and was shocked when it slipped right through. Solidity, that's what I meant. They pulled their hand back reflexively, then went back to touch it more attentively. Frisk could feel it like a shimmery curtain or the back of a waterfall, but they could push through it with no effort. They exhaled and stepped through. They were standing on a small ledge overlooking a vast forest. Tall skyscrapers loomed in the distance. Weymouth, the city they had run away from only a few days ago. It had felt like a lifetime. Fresh air invigorated them from their nostrils outward, a wave over their entire body, which gave them a renewed sense of hope. It'd be all right. They were not sure what they would do now, but everything was going to turn out okay. It might take them months or years, but somehow the two of them could figure out a way to break the barrier.
We're free.
Frisk said to the air. A voice from somewhere far behind them said,
Yes, you are.
When Frisk turned, they were startled to see Kara on the opposite side of the barrier, still in the underground.
Told you I had a plan. From the time you fell down, you always had more than a single human soul worth of power. You had yours, and you also had mine. I got the idea when I realized that Napstabloop's house, my soul was only about as strong as a monster. Sound familiar? A human soul and a monster soul. So together you and I can get one person through the barrier.
They held up their index finger.
Just one.
Frisk scrunched up their face.
I'm not okay with leaving you alone in there. I'm coming back through so we can...
Don't!
Kara's vehement shout stopped them in their tracks. Kara's face was desperate, their hand outstretched in a stop gesture.
Don't, Frisk. If you cross back through the barrier, you really will be trapped. You won't be able to use my power again because the barrier broke whatever connection we had, and I don't know how to reconnect with you. We just went over this. The only way to destroy the barrier is with human souls, and there aren't any down here. You have to get the rest of them on the surface, for the sake of all the monsters you've made friends with. Maybe you can talk to the humans and organize a rescue effort, or maybe they'll be able to figure out another way to deal with the barrier. If you really care about the monsters, you won't come back down until you find a way.
Frisk saw the logic of Kara's arguments, like a wall building up to separate them from everything they loved and cared for. A chilling thought occurred to them.
But what about you?
Kara adopted a mask. The half-smile appeared to mock them.
I'm sure I can find something to anchor onto before my time is up. If nothing else, I could get absorbed by a monster. That would not be so bad.
That's a lie.
Frisk said.
Napstabloop told us. They said you might have only minutes or seconds if you and I ever broke apart. You can't latch on to anyone, and you just said you don't know how. And there aren't any monsters around. Asgore's servants all left before the Gold Hall.
Icy fear gripped them, and they felt their hearts stop beating. A human soul could not survive outside of a body. Kara had just been evicted from Frisk's body. There were no other bodies around.
Kara, are you dying?
Kara's brave face strained, and their hand clutched at their chest as beads of what appeared to be sweat broke out on their forehead.
No, I'm not dying.
Kara's smile fell, and they looked at Frisk apologetically through the eyes with dark circles around them.
I've been dead for a long time. I'm just fading away.
No, 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 no! Kara guessed Frisk's intentions before they could move a muscle. Their face turned into a hideous grimace.
Frisk, if you come back through this barrier, I will hate you forever. You can't save me no matter what you do now, so don't throw away the monster's only hope trying to.
Frisk was paralyzed. Their head was telling them Kara was right. Their legs wanted to move forward anyway. Their heart did not dare to chance Kara's threat. Their gut was telling them to do something, anything to stop this from happening.
Oh, that's in quotations. My bad. And then my brain didn't work anymore. Sorry. Why?
Okay.
Why?
Kara couldn't die now. Frisk lost their save. They couldn't load, and if they couldn't load, then this was real, and they couldn't fix it. They couldn't fix it. Kara closed their eyes, content that Frisk was not about to move.
Oh, whoops. I couldn't collect the human souls with Asriel. None of the other kids who fell down could save me from my own guilt and shame. And now the last bit of my soul is going to disappear. I'm out of chances, Frisk.
They had sunken eyes and shallow cheeks, looking as pale and miserable as they had ever seen them.
I failed. If you come back through, it will be a complete failure. There will be no hope for anyone.
Oh, you can't do this.
Frisk said through clenched teeth.
You promised you'd stay. You promised you wouldn't go away. You promised, Kara.
I promised you to lead through the underground. I said I wouldn't disappear as long as you were here. I kept my promise. Now it's your turn to keep yours.
Kara's smile was weak but genuine. Their body was almost completely transparent now, and Frisk could only tell where they were because they remembered what Kara looked like and could see those details details if they strained their eyes.
You'll survive this. You'll be able to live a happy life from now on. And you'll return someday to free all the monsters. You will be the angel. I'm sorry for dumping all the responsibility on you, but you're the only hope I have left. If it's in your hands, I know I don't have to worry. I believe in you.
They beamed one final smile. Eyes nearly closed with tears falling from the corners.
I'm really glad we met. Be good, won't you, my friend?
And then Frisk couldn't see them anymore. Frisk collapsed to their knees and banged their fist against the rock. A mournful wail tore out of their throat, echoing down the mountainside. Behind them, the sun set, casting its rays to bathe the world in a soothing orange. But this did nothing to calm their heart. Kara was gone, and Frisk would never be able to set it right.
Oh God, that was angsty.
Yeah.
That's not what I thought we were gonna be reading.
No, it was not. I thought he'd be like take this time to be like, yes, shipping time, but no.
Yeah, I was ready for smut.
Nope, we just got
Got hit in the feels instead. Yikes.
Kara. Why? No.
Okay, I think I have a. No,
You think?
yeah, I think I figured out what I want you to read.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Absolutely, positively sure.
Okay. Well, Starbot, you want something slightly smutty? I'll give you something slightly smutty.
Yeah, I'm here for
Oh.
smut, dude.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not gonna kick off YouTube for this because it's basically as far as you can get in a freaking romantic comedy. But yeah, anyways. Okay. We need to find the right where to start, though.
Where to start? Once upon a time.
No. So,
That's how you
Once upon a
start.
all
Once
right.
upon a time, there was a once upon a time.
Yes.
Totally to give you a shippy bit. No, it's not. No, it's fine, Archmage. What you gave us was really good, actually.
Elsa. Just the the shocked face. Mom and Dad were watching. Sheesh.
All right.
Seriously though,
So, okay, I
that
think
part where Frisk was touching the barrier, I had to make the joke.
We touched all kinds of barriers out here.
I'm dying.
So,
All right.
pasta.
I think
You got it, Pasta?
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let me get this.
Do, 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 do.
All right. Go to the part where it's Frisk then sadly sighed.
Oh, this Sally side. Oh no.
Aw, that sounds sad. See, it's the opposite of the other one where it sounds like it's gonna be, and then it just goes the other direction.
Okay,
Frisk.
for a bit of context for people that haven't read the fic, which is actually all of you
Wait, say that
listening.
again?
For a bit of context, for those that haven't read the fic, oh no, wait, are you asking for the where to start, Elsa?
Frisk side?
No, Frisk then sadly sighed.
Oh, Frisk. There we go, I've got it.
All right. Okay, we're gonna be reading for at least 1,000 or so words, but shouldn't take too long.
Look.
Anyways,
Thousands of words. Oh my goodness.
yeah.
Picture's worth 1,000 words. Let's just look at a picture together, guys.
Yeah, but anyways, for some context for this bit, basically, Frisk and Azrael have already confessed their feelings for one another and stuff. Had a nice little makeout after that, not really important, but anyways, Frisk and Azrael are sitting in the mayor's office of the city they're visiting for unspecific reasons. Just, fighting blob monsters from another dimension and stuff. Again, not important. But anyways, they're just sitting in there, and basically they're just like, so, this is the first time we've been alone together after like, confessing our feelings to one another. Ooh, so I guess we actually have to talk about our relationship now instead of just macking on each other. So yeah, and one of the things that Frisk basically tells Azrael is like Frisk had figured it out beforehand because my Frisk is like perceptive about people like that, uh, and Frisk. So yeah, Frisk is basically telling them like they already knew about them and stuff, uh, yeah, basically we're gonna be reading from Frisk and Sally's side uh, to about until
place.
the paragraph that starts with "She tenderly smiled." So yeah. Anyways, so yeah. Firstly, another thing, a disclaimer: this is some of my older writings, so it's not gonna be as good. So just keep that in mind.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's not going to be that beautiful death scene we just read.
yeah. So yeah, Starbot, I really like it if you played the role of Frisk for this.
Gotcha.
All right. I guess I'll play Azrael because why not?
I'll
And
be. Can I be the narrator since I didn't get a part last time?
sure. All right.
Frisk then sadly sighed.
Oh shit.
Oh, ship. What the
Hold up, I'm
ship?
eating a gummy worm.
The one
Gummy
time.
worms.
Here, you know what? I'm gonna do all the really slutty parts with a gummy worm in my mouth. Alright.
This isn't the slutty part though.
Yeah, so I'm gonna wait. Well, when I first figured out, I didn't know what to think.
She explained to him.
Oh, sorry.
I couldn't believe it at first. The idea of someone so close to me falling in love with me was crazy.
Frisk continued to explain to Azrael. Azrael couldn't believe what he was hearing.
Fuck. I thought that was Azrael.
Honestly, with how the paragraphs formatted, you would think that, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I
Again,
thought it was Azrael.
Earlier writing.
I just feel like I needed time to think about it and collect my thoughts. I know I seem like someone who has all their emotions sorted out, but this was different. I've never dealt with anything with a serious romance before, so I didn't really know how to handle it.
Frisk finished telling him. The young prince didn't know what to say. Paused up.
I'm sorry, I'm usually the narrator.
Let Cupcake do her job.
Yes, ma'am.
The notion of Frisk being the one who wasn't sure on something was so odd for him. He knew them as someone who was always certain when it came to practically anything. It was surprising, but also kind of humbled the picture they had of her. For some reason, it was just nice to know that they could sometimes be as insecure as he was.
But it's not like I didn't think about you and me being a couple or anything. In fact...
Frisk
began to say, but her speech suddenly trailed off.
What? Azrael asked.
Azrael asked her, wondering why she had just stopped talking. Frisk's cheeks became bright red.
Oh fuck, I need a gummy worm.
No, you don't. This is the embarrassed part, not the slutty part. That gummy worm out of your mouth.
Remember that night that woke me up last night?
Gosh darn, I lost my place. She questioned him.
Yeah.
Azrael confusingly asked.
I was about...
Frisk began to stammer with her face getting even more scarlet.
You.
She finally said while her face was now fully crimson. As soon as Azrael heard that, his face turned the brightest red Frisk had ever seen. The girl he had a crush on for weeks just told him that she had a dream about him. How the heck was he supposed to react?
Wait, in the dream, did we...
he began to say, flustered beyond measure.
Oh my god, I need another gummy worm for this. This is sexy. No, we didn't get that far. But considering what happened in it, we probably were about to.
She explained to him while being just as embarrassed as he was.
Wait, what did happen then?
Azriel then awkwardly asked Frisk. Frisk then sighed.
Well, I guess since you told me an embarrassing story, might as well tell you mine.
She then answered him. Frisk then started to explain the sensual dream that had awoken her the night before.
Alright, so peep this, right? Sensual dream. In this dream, we were laying in a ski loft. Fire was roaring. Fire was roaring, and I just slowly pushed you into the flames. And that was what was my dream was about. Very fiery, very spicy.
That sounds very hot and spicy.
Very hot and spicy.
Very literal sense, yes.
Slow burn.
Yeah, he's totally burned, alright.
Ooh.
Oh my god.
She opened her eyes and saw that the bedroom she was in was nothing like the room she had fallen asleep in.
Oh no. What?
She then questioned to herself about their surroundings. The pacifist looked around the room. The bed she had woken up on was a large king-size bed with comfy blankets and pillows on it. She looked around the rest of the room. Nothing seemed to be that odd about it, except the fact that it contained personal belongings from both her and Azriel.
Where am I?
She quietly asked herself. But before she could look around at anything else in the room, she heard the door open. Frisk shifted her gaze towards it and saw someone she recognized.
Azriel?
She then said, looking towards her friend. When Frisk looked at the prince, she was surprised by his appearance. He was wearing the golden armor that Asgore used to wear with a
That's
crown
hot.
and everything.
Man in a uniform, anybody?
Oh yeah.
And the expression on his face was one that was odd to see on him. It was one that radiated confidence.
Oh.
Azriel then smirked.
Hey there, Frisk.
He warmly greeted them, with him firmly locking his eyes onto hers. Frisk felt herself blush. The way he greeted her was different from any way she had ever heard him speak to her. It had an underlying intimate nature to it.
Sorry I'm late. I had some business to attend to.
He began to explain to her. Azriel confidently smiled.
But that doesn't really matter now, because now that I'm here...
He sensually said to her. Azriel then unfastened the straps that held up his armor.
God, I'm getting too old because I see that and I'm like, God, you're gonna scruff up your floor.
No, trust me, Starbot. I'm also one of those people that's just like that's just like you wanna do that like on the coffee table. My back's gonna hurt afterwards.
You know what's hot?
What?
Like in general, like I've read what is it? I've been reading a lot of Fire Emblem fanfic lately, and like intimately taking off armor for somebody. I don't know. I'm just like, oh my god, yes, do it. Because it's got all those pieces
Take
and
off that armor.
stuff. You know, I don't know. I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna be quiet. Anyway,
with
so
ultimate armor.
Frisk's eyes widened as she saw her closest friend easily take off the royal golden armor he was wearing.
Girl, something else is about to widen. You know what I'm saying?
It was like he had done it 1,000 times before. He stripped down to nothing but his underwear, revealing his muscular body that lied underneath. Frisk was speechless as Azriel got onto the bed she was lying flat on and got on top of her with an arm on either side of her as her head laid on one of the pillows.
We can get down to our business,
He said, looking down at her with a seductive look in his eyes. Azriel's vivid green eyes stared directly into Frisk. Frisk was blushing intently as the two stared into each other. Asriel longingly gazed at her, as if she was the only person in the entire world. A grin then appeared on Asriel's face.
Look at you. You're so beautiful.
He warmly told her while gently brushing his hand against her cheek. Frisk felt herself flinch from the intimate tone of his voice and his soft caressing of her face.
And so cute when you're flustered, but I have no idea why. We've done this so many times before.
He then wondered aloud with his eyes still locked onto hers. Frisk tried to ask him, but then quietly gasped. She was interrupted by feeling one of Asriel's hands grab and gently pull off the shorts she was wearing. Frisk finally realized what Asriel was talking about, and when she realized it, she felt a bit of panic rush through her.
I'm not sure if I want to do this.
She tried to tell him, but she was cut off by Asriel quietly shushing them.
What's wrong, Frisk?
He tenderly asked her. He then bent his head down and warmly whispered in her ear.
Don't you want to be with someone you love?
She froze as I think she froze as she heard those words.
God damn it.
There was a brief silence between the two of them. The words that left her mouth surprised her, but also told him the truth.
She said it.
She suddenly answered him while staring at him. I'm sorry.
No. Is it something I said?
Oh, Frisk, that's not the thing I want in your mouth right now, though.
Bro, these are double gummy worms. I don't know about what you got down there.
Her heart melted. She couldn't resist him anymore. Frisk then wrapped her arms around his neck and pulled him into a passionate kiss. And that is when she suddenly woke up in their resort room. So wait, Pasta, where is the end point?
Good question.
Just about just a couple more paragraphs.
That doesn't tell me, but okay.
Again, the end point is it was with the paragraph that starts with she tenderly smiled. All right.
Okay. Frisk concluded telling Asriel the details of her dream.
Wow, that was certainly an interesting dream.
Asriel said while continuing to blush. He was practically bright red through the whole story, especially when she told him about the part with him gently sliding off her shorts.
Yeah, but the weird thing is when I woke up, I was shocked, but I also realized that I liked it. Oh. I like the idea of her being intimate with me. And doing all sorts of things to me.
Frisk explained while blushing softly.
But I still wasn't sure if I should be with you.
She said with her speech trailing off as she chewed her gummy worm.
This is getting really meta.
Man, me from
How
like
did you know
2
that
years
this
ago.
would be
2 years ago, how did you know?
She's a psychic. Are you predicting the future?
Alright, I'm good. I can read the non-horny part. I still kept questioning if this was right and I should be with you. I wondered if people would hate us getting together. I mean, the monster ambassador getting together with the prince of all of them doesn't exactly make them look impartial.
Frisk continued to explain. Asriel's face shifted to a somber one for a split second.
That is, until you explained your feelings for me.
Frisk began to explain. Asriel's eyes widened when he heard her say that.
You were just so open and truthful with what you were saying. You told me everything I wanted to hear, and I realized how genuine your feelings were for me. But there was still a part of me that was still unsure, even then.
Frisk said with a small frown on her face. Frisk then looked up towards Asriel and stared directly into his eyes.
But then when you started crying, when I showed that one last bit of hesitation on my face, and I stared into those beautiful green eyes and I remembered that those eyes belonged to the kindest and most caring person I've ever met. And all my doubt and fear washed away. All that was left was love.
She then quietly finished with a soft blush on her face.
Jesus
Well,
Christ,
then-
past me. There's more to into showing that they're flustered than just a blush on their face. Okay, I'm sorry, I had to say that.
Frisk then saw tears in Asriel's eyes.
What's wrong?
Frisk concernedly asked him while watching tears roll down his face.
Nothing, it's just... You really know how to make someone feel special.
Asriel said while being a little choked up and also wiping away his tears. Both Frisk and Asriel then smiled at each other. Frisk then started quietly laughing.
God, we're both idiots.
She said with a happy grin on her face.
At least we can be idiots together.
He happily replied to her with a joyful smile on his face. Frisk cheerfully nodded in agreement. The two of them then stood up and got close to each other. They lovingly stared into each other's eyes, both knowing what they were about to do. Asriel and Frisk leaned in, and the two kissed each other. It felt just as amazing as it did before. After a couple of seconds, Asriel slowly pulled his head away, and he stared into Frisk's beautiful brown eyes.
I love you.
He said contentedly. She tenderly smiled.
I love you too.
The two of them warmly hugged each other, knowing that they would be together. And singing.
Well, it's
Thank
not as
you,
bad as
thank
my first
you.
one. So, Pasta, don't feel too bad.
Oh, jeez.
I don't know why you're just Yosh with a mouthful of gummy worms just broke me. I don't know why.
Oh, so much.
I love you too. Very seductive.
Cupcake.
What?
Can I ask you to narrate my wedding?
What? What?
Can I call you up whenever I need to narrate my wedding?
Sure.
Yes.
I just have to have a slice of cake that as my payment. That's it.
Oh, that's a steep price. I have gummy worms.
Oh, I'll take the gummy worms.
Bro, these gummy worms, dead ass. They're like sour, sweet gummy worms. And every time I was putting it into my mouth, it was like licking radiation.
Oh yeah, delicious.
You've heard of to call them radioactive spiders. Now get ready for radioactive gummy worms.
Dun, dun, dun.
What superpowers does it give you? Tell
Gummy
us.
powers.
Diabetes.
The ability to perfectly do the worm.
Diabetes?
Diabetes.
Diabetes, cavities.
Delicious. Oh, god dang it.
Yeah.
uh,
What did they send?
What the fuck?
If you're real, if you want a shibby bit, there's this. They're both adults in this thing, but shortly after this goes, rated E pretty quickly. Wow, Archmage, okay. Jeez. Alright, I was
I
gonna
just see
wrap.
the word
Hold up, what
knitting
is
and that's
this?
it.
Oh, it's in a spoiler too.
Oh, wow.
Oh no.
I thought I think it was gonna be the sauciest thing, but apparently not.
Goodbye.
All right, I will do this, but can I eat a gummy worm?
What the
while I
heck
do
is
it?
that last paragraph?
Yes, you can eat a gummy worm while you do it.
Okay, good. Wait, I gotta shake this up a little bit.
Oh my god, that last paragraph. I can't.
Finish that Rice Krispie treat. What else
Yes,
is inappropriate to be eating while I do porn?
It's not porn. My thing wasn't porn.
Oh my god, I'm gonna get my cat. No, wait, I'll muffle myself through. Go, wait, I have an idea. I'll be right back.
What is this?
What?
What is this chaos? I don't understand anymore.
Brought to you by Starbot Dubs.
Yeah.
Wait, so am I still gonna be Kara?
I don't know.
What's up with
I
that?
don't want to be Kara.
I'll be Kara.
Alright, I'm ready. I got my lint roller, and I'm gonna stick a sheet of lint roller over my face while I do this.
Pasta.
Yeah.
Who's brave enough to narrate this? That's what I want to know.
No.
I guess I'll do it. I'll be the narrator.
I'm sorry, Pasta.
Okay. Okay. Frisk opened the front door to their spouse. Carr had already beaten them home.
Jesus Christ, there was a spouse and beating within a thing, and I was like, this is not where I think we're going.
Yeah, that was my reaction.
In fact, it looked like they had been home for a little while by the knitting project they were working on, while the television in the living room blared white noise. It was another scarf. Judging by the colors, it was for Azrael. Even though he had a box full of scarves Carr had made for him over the years, everyone Carr knew and liked had a similar box. Frisk sat there on the sofa and leaned forward, resting their elbows on their knees and propping their chin up on their hands.
Yep.
Carr said, well, without looking up. They rocked back and forth slowly in the recliner, the soft click-a-clack of the needles almost being drowned out by a droning voice on the television. It seemed to be a rerun of some game show in which one contestant was handily defeating his rivals.
And for the next question.
Carr shrugged.
It's not that big of a deal. Not anyone. Just a lot of little things. Tell me about your day instead.
That cat not being cooperative, Starbot.
Sorry, my cat is gonna open doors.
Yo, hold up. X1226 in the chat is just like, yo, hold up. Oh my god. That's that. Oh. Come on. As the Starbot Dubs sweet talks her cat,
That's my boy right there.
Aw.
Thank you. Sorry.
Oh, butter. Yes, I understand the irony of my fat cat butter.
You gotta butter up the cat, so it will let you do what you gotta do.
Everyone's like, don't call your cat fat, but he's fat. Fat little I'm derailing the porn. Continue.
I can't
Well,
get.
obviously you can't get mad about Kitty. That's kind of what we're doing here. Perfect. Let's go.
Okay.
Ready.
All right. Fuck. Where were we?
We were at which meant
Which
in
meant.
between. Yeah.
Which meant. Elsa, that's your.
Oh, whoops. I'm trying. Oh, I'm trying to get in my place. Da-da.
No, I would
Where-
prefer. That's where your lines start.
No, I would. I would prefer a distraction opposed to a chance to vent.
Well, if Kara needed to take their mind off things, Frisk certainly had some ideas about that.
Oh my god, don't eat that. Oh yeah. Purge your mother. She never doing something bad.
Oh,
Right, sorry, I'm back. He was eating the plastic.
No.
Oh my
Okay.
god, I lost my little roller.
Oh. Oh my god.
Alright, I'm good.
Okay. Okay. All right. So,
Frisk had some ideas about that.
yeah. Frisk.
Oh, okay.
Then Frisk broached the real subject while trying to sound as nonchalant as they could.
Also, I think I got that time figured out.
The knitting stopped.
Oh.
Carr replied while also attempting to sound completely normal.
Oh, but I can't be sure till I have a subject.
Carr raised an eyebrow.
Perhaps you mean object? Grammatically speaking, a subject is what is performing the action, while what you need is something to act on.
Oh, my dear cat.
Frisk smirked in their voice took on honeyed, half-whispered tones.
If you wanted to be treated like a thing, all you have to do is ask.
And that's it.
Oh god. A+.
Starbot, the whole time you had your cat on, I was thinking, I was tired of the dog.
Well, now he's rolling around on the floor looking at me like he's like, oh, madre, you haven't fed me in 3 whole hours.
Please, mother. Please, may I
I'm so huggy wuggy.
And people try to say that cats aren't needy. I strongly disagree with that.
Oh my god, my cat is the most needy bitch.
Who says that cats aren't needy? Like, they are totally.
I mean, I love him so much, don't get me wrong, but he vexes me every day.
Sorry, if you
Archmage,
doesn't
I
chase
hope
after
that
you.
was everything you wanted and more.
Why can't you be more like your sister? She's sleeping out there, quiet and calm, and you're in here trying to eat everything in my room.
Feed me,
and my
mother.
dogs, though. That's just
Oh,
me
Raggedy.
and my dogs.
I'm gonna roll against your wall. Feed me, buddy. Yeah,
All right. Anyways,
that
let's
works
wrap
out.
this up. All right, so
Yeah.
yeah, thank you all for coming here today. It was wonderful to have you, Cupcake and Elsa, as always, and wonderful to have you too, Starbot Dubs.
Thank you.
As for next time, we don't have
Featuring my cat.
no.
Yeah.
So,
How does it feel
Starbot Dubs
when
Cat,
your
what do you
mother does not
what do you
feed you
think
for
about
3
your
hours?
mother's voice acting?
Here, hold up. I'm gonna bring you up to. Alright, Pooter, they're gonna ask you a question, alright, bud?
I've got a question for him.
Hey, meow,
How do
meow,
you
meow,
feel when
meow,
your
meow.
mother does not feed you for 3 hours? What's the answer?
Pooter. Cooter, that's rude to not answer them. I raised you better than that. Come here.
This cat is the highlight of the podcast.
Oh my god, he started purring at me. He thinks that because I'm talking to him, I'm going to give him treats.
You
Spoiled.
dig.
I'm so weak. Every time I see this cat, I'm like, oh, you want your baby treats, don't you?
Like
brain
as
doesn't
soon as he's out of your eyesight, you're just like, God, that cat. But as soon as you see him, you're just like, God, that cat, yeah.
He's pretty
Me with my dogs.
He's so-
baby.
He said, God, you squished the cat. Oh.
Let me see if I can catch him on K. Hold up. Can you hear him?
Hey,
Yes.
okay. Heard him purr.
My baby boy. What are you up to?
Okay. Anyways, as for next time on the Determined podcast, we don't really have anything planned, so we'll keep you all in suspense. I don't know what we're really gonna do after having a week as packed with content as this. But yeah, again, and thank you all again so much for watching. Have yourselves a great night. Take care, and above all,
like and subscribe
no, we don't.
to Saggy VA.
If you want to like and subscribe, that's fine. We're not gonna force you to.
Make sure to know I will
Smash
force you. Like
that-
and subscribe right now, or I will
Smash
send Cooter to your
that
house.
like button.
Smash
And
that
he
like
will
button,
eat
or
yourself.
Starbucks gonna smash your
I know.
windows.
Just like Frisk wants to
Exactly.
smash everybody.
Yeah,
You better smash that window, or I'll smash your kneecaps.
with the flip. Anyway, so yeah, thank you all so much. Have yourselves a great night and take care. And also remember, above all else, stay determined.
Stay determined.
Stay determined.
My cat.
Yes.
Stay determined.